Hi guys, welcome to Healthy to Hearty. I'm Paula, and if you happen to just find this channel, I originally started with another fitness channel, Follow Paula, and that's my Instagram. So I am on a keto journey. So this meal is a keto, kind of like a chile relleno casserole. However, we are using New Mexico chilies, hatch green chilies, whatever you want to call it. They look like this when they are roasted, and they are fresh. These are freshly roasted. So that's what they look like. However, if you cannot find them already roasted at your local supermarket, I got these at Whole Foods. I have seen them at Ralph's in the past. Also, you can buy the New Mexico chilies that are just green. What you do is you just put them in the oven, roast them, and then to get them sweating and for this to come off, what you do is you get a plastic bag and you just put it in there and close them, and the bag will sweat, causing the skin to start falling off. So that's what my mom used to do. She didn't roast them in the oven. We had a gas stove, and what we did was, you can also use the bigger chilies that people use for chile rellenos. What you do is you blacken them up on the stove, on a gas stove, and then you add them to the bag, let them sweat, and you just like peel them off. They're very messy to clean, let me tell you. So you're going to have a container so that you can throw all the skin and the seeds into, okay? And then we also have cheese. So cheese. We have salt. I dropped this little thing. I have almond flour because we are on a keto diet. So almond flour. Heavy whipping cream because it has less carbs than whole milk. And then we're going to use eggs. I have some eggs here. We have 1.5 pounds of ground beef. I will eventually give you the macros. However, the macros are based with what I'm using and how I'm doing this. So if you don't follow the exact same recipe, you'll have to add up your own stuff and create your own macros. I have garlic powder. I have onion powder. And I have pepper. And all of this is going to make 6 servings. And that is how I'm doing my meal prep with this. We had it for lunch and we had it for dinner. It's delicious. My husband loved it. You're also going to need some sort of baking dish. I have this one. This is the best one I could find in my house. Some people like to use the long ones. I don't have that. I have this. So this is what I'm using because you're going to layer it anyways. So it's pretty much all you're going to use. And now let's get to the steps of making this. Okay guys, so now that we have our skillet heating up, I'm going to use this Pam olive oil spray because the meat that I'm using already has fat in it, so it's gonna, create its own gristle or whatever. So I need to turn on this fan on my stove or else my fire alarms are gonna start talking and it's very annoying. So I'm gonna quickly just tell you to use this because or else you can use a lower fat content on your meat, but we're using, I forgot, 88 from Costco. So I always forget the numbers, but anyways, we're gonna just brown it up and then we are going to set it aside and drain it. So you're gonna take out whatever fat you can take out of. However, I am going to use half a teaspoon of pepper, and I'm going to use half a teaspoon of salt. This is what I'm using for right now, sea salt. Okay, so that's all it's gonna take. I'm gonna brown it up real quick, drain it, and set it aside. So while my meat is browning, I'm gonna go ahead and continue to clean my chilies. You see how there's still some skin left on them? What you're gonna do is you're just gonna try and peel it off to the best of your abilities. So I just like to pull it off. It's just so that this can be, so the chili skin could be a little soggy. If you leave the skin on, it'll be a little tougher. So what you want to do is cut like a little slit with your finger so that you can do this right here. Like just pull it apart like that. Kind of make a little slit. You don't have to use a knife. If it's easier for you, do that. It's easier for me to use my hands. So I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to take out this little butt with the rest of the seeds. Because it holds, the stem holds the chili seeds. So it's easier if you slowly remove it from the side and then you take it out. And then it's not going to be perfect. There's still going to be seeds. It's very messy. It's a little relaxing. Just cleaning out all the seeds. So then you're just going to set it aside. I'm going to use 6 of them. So that's number 5. Then I have number 6 here. So I'm going to go ahead and just peel. Some of them are easier than others. Just peeling the tough skin. It feels like really tough. So just peeling the skin off. Some of them are spicier than others. Like this one is pretty spicy. I can smell it. So I'm just gonna tear off whatever skin I can. Okay. It's all charred, so just gonna. Okay. Now, put it close. Okay. So I'm gonna peel a little tiny piece right here on the side. Right? Now that I made a little hole, I'm going to stick my finger in the hole. I'm just going to make a slit down the way. It's very easy to do. Then you see the seeds. Okay? So I'm just going to kind of tear around in a circle like that. Tearing out the this little piece right here. That holds the seeds. Take that out, and now it'll be flatter. And you can just do this, dragging them down, drag the seeds down, and just like so. And they're not going to be extremely clean, just to let you know. So the best you can do, there's going to be seeds in it. And there you have it. It'll make it easier to lay them out. Okay. Alrighty. So while the oven is preheating at 380, we're gonna go ahead and do our mix, and then we'll get to the rest of it. So I did a test trial of this recipe yesterday. So I used half a cup. There's only 8 ounces in here, so this is exactly half a cup in here. Just gonna dump it into here. Okay, just get a big bowl because you're gonna dump your flour, your heavy whipping cream, and your eggs, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of onion powder are gonna go into this. Okay, so 4 large eggs. Okay, there's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And there will be 4. 4. Okay. Set that aside. Should have probably had this in a container, but don't have a container for it. We are going to use 1/3 of a cup. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna dump it all in here. Just gonna any other thing. I'm gonna pop these out. I'm gonna use this little teaspoon thing. I'll use the smaller one. Quick break. I want you to look at this. It erased, but it's the one that's smaller than half a teaspoon. I don't know what it is. A third? A third of a teaspoon, I'm guessing. Sorry, I don't have anything new in my kitchen. Everything's... I'm Mexican. I eyeball a lot of things. So I try and make it the best way I can. So remember, it's the one that's after half a teaspoon. I don't know what the number is. It erased.
Well, the one you showed me was 1 teaspoon, not half.
No, the other one is over there. The half. This is smaller than that.
So it must be way smaller than that one.
Yeah. It's the one after it. And then also of garlic powder. And I need to be right back because I'm missing my salt and pepper. Okay. So, pepper. Even though your meat already has some pepper, but it still tastes delicious. A little bit more salt. And then I'm gonna beat this until it's smooth. You can cut.
You can stop saying cut.
Okay, so you're gonna whip this up until it's smooth. It's gonna take a while. Just keep going. It's easier if you have a handheld. We ain't got that here. I'm broke. So I do everything by hand. Okay guys, so as you've seen, the oven is preheating at 350, not 380. Boop, brain fart. Anyways, I took out my chilies and I put them on a plate because I'm gonna use this and they're gonna be in the way. So now that my mixture is all whipped up, took forever, but it's there. Nice and smooth. We have a cup of cheddar jack cheese from Costco. And then our meat is drained to the best of our abilities and cooked, browned. It's ready. Our chilies are set aside. Now we're gonna start our layering process. I'm gonna oil my pan. Sorry if I'm extra sweaty. My apartment is extremely hot, and in order for us to have the least amount of noise, no AC for me. Not that we ever turn it on because we broke up in here. So, spray it so it doesn't stick, okay? And it's pretty much not gonna stick. It's oiled. So now we're gonna take, remember you have 6 chili peppers? that is the macros for this. 6 of the Hatch green chiles. So you're just gonna put it like that, right? Then take some meat. You're just gonna throw it around. It's gonna all stick together later on once you throw the mixture. My hands are washed before I get trolls on me.
Before you get what?
Trolls, talking about does she wash her hands?
Oh, I thought you meant trolls are gonna come in our house. I was like,
I don't know what kind of drugs. I don't know what kind of drugs you're on, but
that's funny. There's some kind of drugs you were on.
Okay, so like so. I'm gonna take some cheese, just a little bit, because eventually it's gonna all. You're gonna have to layer it all together. Okay, that's one layer. Take one more. Wee, you're breaking over there. Okay, so there you go. Take some meat.
Paula's from the hood, so any little sound she thinks they're gunshots.
What can you say when you've seen a dead body by the age of 4?
So we're trying to keep the Z rated, okay? We don't need your criminal activity.
Well, you're the one talking about.
We don't need to know what you did with people, okay?
Why I'm so like
jumpy?
Not jumpy, but I'm just very aware of my surroundings and noises. Okay, so there's the other layer. Cheese. Okay. You want to leave the last two to cover it. So just throw all your meat. But I like to add a little cheese in between the meat. Remember, it's a casserole, so it doesn't necessarily have to be perfect.
And that beeping noise was
but you want it
oven.
to be, yeah, the oven is already heated. So you want it to be layered the best you can and like kind of measured out, because remember, you are going to cut this into 6 even servings, because that's what you get, right? So then take the last chilies, you put them on top. Bye. Kind of like a neat freak when it comes to my food, so like anything uneven kind of sends me off the top.
Yeah. So don't ever make her sandwiches.
I have to like arrange my stuff perfectly for every bite. Okay, so now I have a little bit of cheese left, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my mixture, nice and whipped up. I'm going to throw it evenly all around town. Okay. Okay. So it look like that. Now I'm going to take the rest of my cheese, because I want the top to obviously be cheesy. So you're going to cook this for about 40 to 45 minutes. Other recipes don't tell you if to cover it or not cover it. What I did yesterday was I covered it for 25 minutes and let it cook with the lid on. And then I set an alarm for 25 minutes. After that, I uncovered it and then let it cook for another 20 minutes. So let's go ahead and pop this in the oven. So the oven is preheated at 350. We're going to leave it at 350 with the lid on. We're going to cook it for 25 minutes. Set it and forget it. Don't forget it. Just 25 minutes. Be back. Pretty good already, doesn't it?
Oh, it looks so cheesy.
So now that you've uncovered it, you're gonna pop it back in for another 20 minutes. I'll show you guys how it should look at the end, because you want to test if it's cooked by sticking a fork or something, and it should come out clean. So let's pop it back in, let it finish cooking. It needs to harden up. So, 20 minutes. Smells so good. And spicy.
And the sad part is?
I can't eat any of it right now.
Yep.
Okay guys, so the other 20 minutes went off. So it's now been a total of 45 minutes. What you're going to do is you're going to take a fork. You're just going to do that. And it's coming out pretty clean. So pretty much it's done. You just want to make sure that it's not like leaving chunks of anything on top of your fork. And yeah, the reason why we drained the meat is because it gets a little oily from the cheese and everything else. But if you're doing keto, then you want the fat. So there you have it. I wish I could eat some, but I can't. It looks so delicious. Trust me, you're gonna want to make this again. So hopefully this video was easy to follow, and thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next recipe.